We'll begin your practice in easy seat today. You may want to use a pillow or a blanket or blocks underneath the hips if the hips feel a little stiff. My neighbor cat decided to join me for yoga today. Super cute. When you're ready, we'll gently land the hands somewhere comfortable. Maybe close the eyes, roll the shoulder blades up, back and down, and soften the jaw. We'll begin to just deepen each inhale through the nose and deepen each exhale through the nose. Starting to quiet the mind, bringing our attention to our mat and to our practice today. Then on your next breath in, we're going to softly begin to lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. And as you exhale, we'll gently roll your chin in towards your chest. On your next breath in, roll the left ear to left shoulder. And as you exhale, roll chin back to chest. Gently stretching the neck, inhale, roll right ear to right shoulder. And exhale, lower chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin back to chest. Moving with your breath, inhale, right ear to right shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. On your next breath in, roll your shoulders to lift your gaze up. Sweep your fingertips over your head high and draw the right hand towards the floor as you stretch the left arm over. Inhale, reach hands up high. Left hand reaches the floor. Right hand reaches over. Again, inhale, reaching up. Right hand to the floor. Exhale, lean with the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Right arm reaching over. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, start to reach forward somewhere. So maybe a little or a lot. Maybe drop the head if it feels okay on the back. And then inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, you could stay still or start to play side to side waves. Maybe even moving the hands, just getting a little playful on your mat. Do what feels right for you and right for your hips. When you're ready, gather yourself back up and we'll walk hands back to center. Begin to unwrap the feet. Step your feet out in front of you and place your hands behind your back in support. We're going to drift the knees over to the right, nice and easy, and then drift them over to the left. If that feels okay, we'll sit up a little bit taller and just see if you can keep your back straight as you roll one side to the other. And if that still feels okay, we'll begin to lean forward as you roll to the right and then roll to the left, lean forward. Just opening the hips a little bit. We'll come back to center. Place your feet in front of you. This time fingertips stretching towards the front of your mat. Begin to open the shoulders and you can stay here or begin to push up into a reverse tabletop, lift the hips high. As you exhale, start to look forward, keep the hips lifted, extend your knees and push your butt up and back. On a breath in, sweep back into the reverse tabletop. And as you exhale, sweep up and back, trying to lift the hips using the core. One more time, inhale, push up, let the head drop back. And exhale, hips stay lifted as you come through the hands. Good. Place hips back on the mat. Stretch your legs out long. And then the right knee is going to bend in, placing the bottom of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Support with your left hand behind you as you reach your right hand up high and reach for the knife edge of your left foot and leaning forward, pushing yourself gently with that left hand. Take 2 to 3 breaths here, in and out. Take a breath in, sweep your right hand behind you. Push your hips up high as you reach your left arm overhead long. Counter stretch the core work. And then we'll gently begin to lower the hips back to the mat. As you bring your gaze towards the front of your mat, pull the right knee up high and cross the right foot to the opposite edge of your left thigh. We'll wrap the left arm around the right thigh as we bring our right hand behind us and look strong over the shoulder, lifting your gaze. And then we'll gently come back to center, spin to the opposite edge of your mat, almost rolling up onto the left hip a little bit, and place that right elbow inside that right inner knee. Look behind you. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we'll come back to center. So we're going to begin to move back into that reverse tabletop position. On a breath in, lift your hips, let your head drop back. And then we'll begin to sweep the hips behind us. Maybe lift your right foot and the left foot. Good. Come back to the center, push your hips up high. Sweep hips back, maybe lift left foot, then right foot. And on this last one, find a variation that works for you, but maybe see if you can lift both feet up for a second or two, and then come back to center. Elongate the right leg as you place the bottom of the left foot to the right inner thigh. Reach that left arm up high and hinge forward, reaching across the body for the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Maybe expand a little bit longer by pushing gently into the right hand. Open that left side waist. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll come back up. Place the left hand behind you. Reach the right hand up high. And then open the heart, pushing the hips forward into this little modified wild thing shape. Take one more breath in. And then as we exhale, we'll lower our seat back to the earth. Bringing the left knee up, cross the foot to the opposite edge of the right thigh. We'll wrap our right arm around that left knee as we spin our gaze open, place the left hand behind you. Lift your chest a little taller, gaze over that shoulder. Taking one more breath in, and as we exhale, we'll place our right hand behind us and push that left elbow into that inner left knee. Spin your gaze over the right shoulder and sit up a little bit taller. Take a few breaths here. And then we'll bring our gaze back to center, stretch both feet out long, and begin to place your hands on either edge of your thighs, almost tenting your fingertips up. We're going to start to lift our chest a little bit higher, draw our heels towards our hips. Maybe stay here or lift the feet a little bit or a lot, stretching out, and then lower the heels back to the earth. Pull heels towards you, lift the feet a little or a lot, and then lower heels back to the earth. Pulling in, lift heels, lower down. Pull in, lift heels, and lower down. Let's do one more. Lift, up, lower, and hold. There you go. Good. So scoot your hips forward a little bit. We're going to come into a high boat variation, whether the hands stay on the thighs or out to the side. On your next breath in, we're going to start to lower down into a low boat. And on our next breath out, we're going to come back to high boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hold. We're going to hold for just a moment or two. And then exhale, sink all the way down to the earth. Take a breath in, stretch your body long, reaching through the toes and the fingers. Exhale, place your hands by your side. Bend your knees up. And then lift your hips for a bridge. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the hips for a bridge. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Now, inhale, lift one more time. Exhale, lower. We're going to begin to bring our knees into our chest. And then maybe just gently stretch the feet up, almost like legs up the wall. Knees can be super bent here. Just get playful with the feet. Start to notice where we're feeling stiff or tight. And then bring the knees back into your chest, rock side to side, or just stay still. Massage the low back. So taking that one step further, begin to rock and roll easy on the spine. Take 1, 2, 5, or 10, but in your own time we'll come into hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, maybe keeping the toes tucked as you sink your belly down, open the heart, and exhale, tuck your tail, move chin to chest, round up. Cycling through just a few cat-cows, you may even want to make this barrel shape with your chest, rolling the whole body in a clockwise and then counterclockwise shape. Just kind of making your practice your own is one of my most favorite things about yoga, is just exploring different shapes. And when you're ready, we'll sink into almost like a wide knee child's pose, but we're going to thread our right arm underneath our left and just sink your head to the mat. Feel the opening of the front of the right shoulder and then come back into hands and knees. Stretch your left arm up and thread the left arm underneath the right shoulder. Sinking back into this easy child's pose position. Take one more breath in, and as we exhale, we'll come back to center, spread our fingers wide. And we're going to reach our right hand up, and then this time keeping the hips lifted a little higher, roll to the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle through. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, thread the needle through. So coming back to center, reach the right hand up high, stretch your right leg out long, and come into this modified side plank shape. Open the heart for one more breath in and come back to center. Inhale, reach your left hand up high, thread the needle through. We're going to do 3 of these. Inhale, reach up, exhale, thread the needle through. And then last one, inhale, reach up, exhale, thread the needle through. So we're going to reach the left hand up and come into that modified side plank by stretching our left leg back and opening the heart. Take one more breath in, exhale, come back to center. Reach our right hand out long and stretch our left leg back and then pull elbow into knee. Inhale, open up, exhale, pull elbow to knee. Inhale, open, exhale, crunch. Inhale, open, and exhale, crunch. Inhale, open, and exhale, crunch. Now this time, inhale, open up. We're going to place our right hand back down, spin open. Now we're in this modified side plank, but with that left leg lifted. And then as we magnetize our left foot to the floor, we arc our body into this like half rainbow type shape as we reach our left fingertips overhead long. Circle left hand to the mat and begin to reach the left hand out and right leg long as we pull elbow and knee in. Inhale, reach, exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach, exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach, exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach, and exhale, crunch. So inhale, open up, place your left hand on the floor, keep the right leg lifted as we reach our right hand to the sky. Start to magnetize your right foot to the earth and reach that right arm over your head long, arc the body up. Circle the right hand back to the mat, reach right knee to the floor. And we'll sit back into hero pose with toes either tucked or untucked. Take a breath in, place your hands at heart center. And we're going to lift up onto our knees into tall kneeling. We're going to shift the weight to our left knee and try to balance as we sweep our right knee in towards our chest and see if you can gently step your right foot forward into this low lunge shape. Let the knee move past the toe if it feels good to you. And as we drop our right elbow to our thigh, stretch that left arm overhead long, reaching towards the right edge of your mat. Place your left hand to the earth, lift the back knee up and stretch your right fingertips to the sky. Square your hips, feel an opening of the right outer thigh. Sweep your left hand to the ground, step back into plank pose. Take a moment here and lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes, tense your fingertips off your mat to the sides, and inhale, lift a little or a lot into these cobra waves. Inhale, lift your chest up a little or a lot. Exhale, wave down, opening the chest. One more time, inhale, wave up, and exhale, wave down. So placing hands by our side, pull our elbows in, come to modified plank and sit back into an active child's pose. Take a breath in, wave your fingertips up and back, sitting back into hero pose, hands at heart center. So we're going to come back into that tall kneeling shape, shift weight to the right knee and start to hold your balance on the right side as you pull your left knee towards your chest and then gently step your left foot forward into a lunge shape. Good. Letting the knee move past the toe if possible. Drift your left elbow to your thigh and reach your right hand overhead long, stretching towards the left edge of your mat. Take one more breath in. As we exhale, we'll place our right hand to the earth, lift the back knee up, and open that left hand to the sky. So squaring the hips a little more and feeling this in the left outer thigh. Place the left hand on the outer edge of the left foot, step to plank pose all the way to the earth. Untuck your toes. 3 cobra waves, keeping hands by your side. Now exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift up. So listening to your back, make sure we're not feeling pain in the low spine. One more inhale, lift up. And exhale, wave down. Tuck your toes, gather your core, knees or toes come to half or full plank, and then maybe sitting back into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, let the shoulder blades relax into their sockets, and then maybe pedal the feet out if they feel good. Sink a little deeper into the pose. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, gently step towards your hands. Inhale, find a halfway lift, elongate your spine, and then exhale, gently forward fold. So maybe we find a ragdoll with super bent knees as we grab opposite elbows or let hands rest to the floor. Maybe sweep side to side with the back. Maybe shake the head yes and no. Just feeling really relaxed through the spine, and we're not slamming the knees straight. When you're ready, gently drip the fingertips down, and we'll softly roll up one vertebra at a time, coming to mountain pose. Sweep your hands over your head high, let hands come to touch, and then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. On your next breath in, we'll sweep our fingertips back over head high, and exhale, swan dive to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step into downward facing dog. Take one breath in, and as we exhale, wave forward to plank pose. Take a breath in at the top, and then exhale, lower half or all the way to the mat. Inhale, lifting lower high cobra or maybe upward facing dog, and then moving to downward facing dog on a breath out. Take a breath in, and take a breath out. On your next breath in, look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, walk, step, or playfully hop to the top. Inhale, find your halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your hands over your head high, and exhale, hands fold all the way back to the earth. Moving through sun salutation A, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, plant your hands, maybe stepping right into plank pose, lower half or all the way down. Inhale, coming to low high cobra or upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. You can always choose to skip one of those vinyasas if you need a rest. On your next breath in, look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, walk, step, or float to the top. Inhale, find your halfway lift, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeps our hands over our head high, and exhale, hands draw to heart center. Sinking into chair pose, feet can be separated. Hands come where they feel most comfortable. Listen to the shoulders. Sink a little lower into the knees. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk, step, or playfully hop through your next vinyasa, landing in the bottom of chaturanga as our feet hit if we're jumping back. Finding ourselves in downward dog, bring your right leg up high to the sky. Draw your right knee in towards your nose as you pull forward. Step right foot towards right thumb. Spin your back heel down, and we'll rise warrior one. Take a moment or two just to sink into the pose. Open the heart a little bit more, and exhale, plant your hands either edge of the right foot. Stepping into plank pose, take your next vinyasa, lower half or all the way to the floor. Inhale, find your back bend, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot high to the sky, draw your knee towards your nose, and then step left foot gently to left thumb. Back heel spins down, rise up warrior one. Sun salutation B. Sink a little bit lower on your next breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll place our hands either edge of the left foot. Stepping into plank pose, take your next vinyasa or choose to rest. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and take a breath out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, prepare. Exhale, walk, step, or playfully hop to the top, landing lightly as you can. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. On your next breath in, sink your hips low, come to chair pose, and then we'll exhale, forward fold. So we're going to find crow pose here if it's in your practice. If not, you can move through your next vinyasa. But we'll place our hands right underneath the shoulders, knees up high on the upper arm bones. Maybe lift 1 foot or 2, hold for 1 moment or 5. And then moving through your next vinyasa, however you choose when you're ready, or take a little rest. Good, a little playful moment there. So all finding ourselves in downward facing dog, feet step together, lift right leg high to the sky. We're going to begin to bring that right knee to the outer edge of the right arm, tapping the tricep. Lift that leg back up high to three-legged dog, and then we're going to take that right knee across our body and look for the left elbow. Inhale, lift up high one more time, knee to nose, and gently step right foot to right thumb. Spin the back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Take 1 breath in and exhale, plant your hands back to the earth. Move through your next vinyasa, maybe a 3-legged plank, and then coming into downward facing dog when you're ready. So just fun little playful variations. Inhale, lift the left heel high. Bring that left knee, spot the upper left arm bone as you tap it. And then lift that leg back up high to 3-legged dog. So spotting the right elbow, pull that knee across and try to tap. Inhale, lift that leg back up high to 3-legged dog, knee to nose. Step lightly as you can, left foot to left thumb. Back heel spins down, find warrior one on a breath in. And exhale, place your hands back to the earth. So maybe keeping that left foot lifted in plank pose, lowering down, and then it drops to the earth, finding your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here to breathe. Sinking the knees down, let's all come to child's pose just to find our breath again if we've lost it. Know this pose will always be available for you at any point in any practice of yours. If you need to just come back for a moment, find your breath and take a rest. Walk your fingertips back towards your knees, finding this familiar shape that we were in before. And then we'll begin to lift the knees up into this like really narrow squat stance. Squeeze your knees together strong, maybe get light on the fingertips, and then start to reach your right foot forward into this pistol squat shape. Now, maybe hands stay down or you play with balance, and this is where I'm at in my practice. I'm playing. So bring the right foot back underneath you, stretch the left leg out long, and see if you can lift that foot. Maybe fingertips stay down or maybe they playfully lift, and not taking yourself too serious if you wobble. Feet back underneath you, hands come to heart center, squeeze the knees strong, and see if you can stay lifted onto the balls of the feet as you come to stand. Knees squeeze together, see if the feet can stay as they are as we come right back down into the shape. Take your time, use your hands as you need to, but knees come to the earth and come to tall kneeling. So toes can stay tucked or untucked, but we're going to pull the right knee towards us as we shift our weight to the left knee. And lightly as you can, step your right foot forward, coming into this little low lunge. Reach your hands up high. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, we'll begin to lift the back knee up as our toes are tucked. Open the heart a little bit deeper and place our hands to our heart center. Sweep our hands behind us and elongate the back knee a little bit more. So finding a line between our heel and the back of our head. And then gently as you can, open up into warrior two. So knees spinning open to the right edge of our mat. Look over your right middle finger. As we exhale, we're going to bring our hands towards our chest and sink into Skandasana. Maybe the hands come to the earth. And we can lift that left heel up off the mat a little bit, but right toes are pointed to the sky. Hands can stay where they feel most comfortable. If you feel ready, open the heart by placing the left hand on the mat and then open the right hand to the sky. Place your hands on the floor, walk yourself back into a lunge shape, but heel toe your right foot over to the edge of the mat so that both hands are on the right inner thigh. Sink the left knee to the earth and open the heart almost into like a cow shape. Good. Take one more breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to begin to pull the right knee into our right upper arm and keeping the back knee down, squeeze and find core strength. If you feel ready, come into a full plank by lifting the back knee up, and then we'll all move to downward dog, maybe keeping that right leg lifted as we wave through our next vinyasa. Inhale, open the heart, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Begin to walk our hands back towards our toes. Inhale, find a halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Reach your hands to the mat, bend your knees deeply, squeeze your knees together, and stay lifted up onto the toes. Stretch your right foot out long. And again, we're going to play with this pistol squat balance. Good. Hands back to the earth. Let's try it on the left side. Kick that foot out long, and maybe the foot stays on the floor. It doesn't have to lift off the mat. Play with balance a little or a lot, and bring the feet back together. Hands to heart center. See if you can balance here, and then come all the way up to stand. Heels stay lifted. And then gently sink your hips back to your heels. Knees squeeze. And then getting a little more playful, sink the knees to the earth. Lift your chest up. We're in this tall kneeling. Weight shifts to our right knee as we pull our left knee towards us, and lightly as you can, step that left foot towards the top of your mat. So we're in a low lunge shape here. Back toes are lifted, and then we're going to lift the back knee up and open up into a crescent lunge. Sweep your hands forward and elongate your spine. Core keeping the back nice and straight. As we exhale, we're going to sink into Warrior Two. Roll the left knee to the outer edge of the left side of your mat and look over your left middle finger. And we're going to come into Skandasana, so hands can come to heart center as we stretch our left leg out long, sink into the back knee. Hands can stay on the floor or to the heart. But if you feel ready, we might expand a little bit more by opening the heart, spreading the hands wide, kind of pushing into that right inner knee with our right elbow. Left toes to the sky. Gather the core, walk your hands towards the front of your mat, heel toe the left foot to the edge of the left mat, and sink your right knee down. Almost cow shape the upper back as we look forward and sink a little lower into the hips. Good. We're going to squeeze the left knee into the left upper arm as we try to hold this position here. Maybe lift the back knee up into a little plank variation. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, take your next vinyasa, maybe keeping that foot lifted as we lower down. Inhale, open the heart, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Next breath in, walk your hands back to your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come onto the fingertips, come onto the toes, sink your hips low. Now maybe we go hands to the heart center first and see if we can start to move without having to use the hands. Ooh, that's so tough for me. Bring it back into center, switch sides, and see if we can just keep the hands lifted and bring it back in. Good. Knees squeeze together, stay on the toes, come up to standing. Stay on the toes, lowering back down. Good. Knees squeeze as they sink towards the earth, come into tall kneeling. That left knee takes the weight as we sweep our right foot forward. Now untuck the back toes. See if you can tolerate this on the back foot, coming into lunge shape with the back toes not tucked. We're going to move into Warrior Three. So lifting the back leg off the mat and opening the heart. Good. Hands can come to heart center. And then start to open the heart, open the hips, stack the left hip on top of the right, and come into half moon. Good. Gather up the core, sink into that right knee, find Warrior Two for one breath in, and on exhale we'll come to Skandasana, really moving through balance here. Inhale, open the heart, and exhale, hands plant, and walk forward into that lunge shape, heel toe the right foot to the edge. Sink the back knee down, open the heart, and just find a few breaths here. So we can absolutely stay on the hands. If it feels okay to you in your practice, lift the back knee up and maybe lower to the elbows. for a lizard shape. So we're going to move into Kundinasana 2 if it's in our practice. And we're going to place the hands back onto the floor as we lower the back knee down. Squeeze that right knee into the upper right arm bone. Maybe lift the back knee up and start to move your weight forward as you extend your right leg out long. Find chaturanga arms and float the back foot up. Pause there for a moment or two and then find your next vinyasa. So feel free to pause the video and go back and play around with that shape if you have time. Good. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Walk hands back to your toes. Inhale, find your halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Sink the knees deeply as we pop up onto the toes. Pull your heart forward. Maybe hands come right to heart center. Get playful here, maybe extending the right leg out long without the assist. Maybe even the back heel comes to the ground. A little or a lot. Good. Bring that right foot in. Extend the left leg out long. Maybe the back heel can come to the ground with hands or no hands, and then back up. And then bring that foot back in, and then hands come to heart center. See if we can come to stand one more time, up on the toes. Getting really wobbly here. Exhale, lowering down. Good. Sink the knees to the earth, find tall kneeling. Weight shifts to the right knee as we pull our left knee towards our chest. Step left foot to the top of your mat into the slow lunge. Maybe untuck the back toes and find this elongated foot shape as we come into a high lunge. Sweep our hands behind us. Use the strength of the left leg to find warrior 3 in your own time, gracefully or ungracefully. Pull the heart down as the foot rises. Take one more breath in. Hands maybe come to heart center. As we start to stack the right hip on top of the left, we come into this half moon shape and the left hand can reach the earth. Open the heart a little bit more, elongate the body, and as we exhale, deeply bend the left knee and softly as you can sink to warrior 2. Take a breath in, look over that left middle finger, and as we exhale, find Skandasana, bending the back knee, roll the left toes to the sky. Maybe open the heart on a breath in. And then exhale, hands come back to the mat. Walk your hands forward, heel toe your left foot out to the edge. Sink your back knee down and open the heart. So we can absolutely stay here. Or we can begin to lift the back knee up, lower to the elbows. And then we're going to find that Kundinasana 2 on this side as well. So we'll sink the right knee back to the earth as we place our hands on the floor. Squeeze that left knee into the upper left arm bone. As we lift the back knee up, we're going to start to shift our weight forward and find chaturanga arms. Extend the left leg out long and maybe float your right foot up high. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, find a vinyasa. And again, feel free to play, pausing the video and going back to that shape. But when you're ready, we'll find downward facing dog and just take a few cycles of breath here. We're going to start to slow our practice down, moving into some longer holds. So moving into pigeon pose, we'll begin to lift the right foot up high to the sky. And this time we're going to take our knee between our thumbs as our right foot moves to the left edge of our mat. Open the heart a little bit deeper. You can stay lifted here. If it's available, we're going to drop the left elbow down, reach our right hand behind you, and see if we can capture the left foot in our hand. So gently pulling the foot towards us, almost kind of pushing our foot into our hand to stretch the front of the left quad. Take one more breath in, and exhale, release the foot, finding a fold that feels comfortable for you. We'll stay here for a few moments, maybe stacking fists and letting our head rest here, or maybe just coming into a deep forward fold. Start to slow the heart, slow the breath. And let whatever thoughts wander in, just wander right back out. And then we'll gently begin to lift the gaze, tuck the back toes, step into down dog, and just shake that right leg out for a moment, maybe walk in place. And then we'll take pigeon on the left side. So lift the left foot up high, draw your knee between your thumbs, open the heart. Maybe dropping the right elbow to the earth as we reach our left hand back behind us, bending the right knee, capturing the foot, and gently pulling towards you to feel a quad stretch. Take one more breath in, and as we exhale, we'll gently release the foot and find a fold in pigeon that feels good to you. You may notice one side feels a little different than the other, and knowing that that's always okay. And take a few moments, really starting to feel a wave of relaxation roll over the body. Listening to the sounds of your breath. And on your next breath in, we'll begin to lift the gaze, tuck the toes, step into downward dog, shake the leg out. Maybe even walking in place to loosen the knee. We'll all take our time coming into easy seat. Scoot the hips forward and roll gently down onto your back, one vertebra at a time. We'll begin to bring the knees into your chest, hugging in, maybe staying still or rolling knees one direction and the other. And maybe even place the hands on the right knee as we stretch our left leg out long, and then open the right arm out to a half T shape. So as we look to the right palm, stretching the knee to the left edge of our mat. Nice full spinal twist. Maybe the eyes soften to close. And then we'll roll back onto our back, hug our left knee into our chest as we stretch our right leg out long. Open the left arm to a half T shape and pull the left knee across the right edge of your mat with your right hand. Maybe fluttering the eyes to close as we look over to our left palm. And we'll take one more breath in as we exhale, gently coming back to center. Hugging the knees back into our chest for one more moment. Place the hands inside the knees and grab pinky toe edges of the feet for happy baby. Feeling free to stay still or rock side to side playfully. And we'll touch the bottoms of the feet together, open the knees out and lower to Supta Baddha Konasana, recline butterfly pose. Hands come where they feel most comfortable. And we could stay here for a moment or two, but when you're ready, we'll come into our final resting pose, our full Shavasana. Let the feet splay open, the palms open to the sky, in a sign of receiving the benefits of our practice today. Take a few moments of stillness. We'll just bring movement back into the fingers and toes. Reach your toes out long, stretch your arms over your head. Take a breath in, and as we exhale, we'll roll gently to the right side of our body. Take a moment here for gratitude, just to say thank you for something in your life. And then when you're ready, we'll come to easy seat. Eyes can remain closed. The hands just float to the knees. We'll sweep our hands over our head high. Let your palms touch down over the third eye into the heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.